Well, welcome to our Tuesday live leadership chats. Today I'm talking with Liam Glover, who's the Executive Director of Arrow Leadership in Australia. CCI has been running these Facebook Lives every Tuesday for over 18 months now, but today we're also going live on the Arrow Leadership socials because today we have some really exciting news to be able to share together. So Liam, why don't you share with us, what are we doing?
Thanks, Kylie. Yes, we do have some exciting news, and it seems like this has been a little while in the making, but it's with a great sense of joy and purpose that I get to share the news that from 1 January 2022, Arrow Leadership Australia and Christian Coaching Institute will be serving leaders around this country by becoming one organisation.
So we've been kind of in this for a little while now. So tell us, where did this start?
Yeah, so go back a few years actually. So early 2019, as I do, I reflect and ask God, how can Arrow do something increasingly significant for the leaders in Australia? And Arrow and CCI have been working together for a little bit as we intersect with one another. And I wondered whether there might be some opportunity for us to work smarter, not harder, and come together and be able to serve leaders in a more significant way if we were actually one organisation. So I planted that seed with you, Kylie, back in 2019. And as seeds do, they germinate and they grow. And then we cycle back to the conversation after a few years. And actually, you know what, that might be something we can really grab hold of and pursue. And yeah, so that's the backstory to how this sort of announcement came to be.
It's good. So good.
Yeah. So Kylie, why are we doing this?
I think the main reason is actually our purpose or our mission. As both of our organizations, we're really passionate about developing Christian leaders, seeing them thrive and healthy and growing. And so when we look at our purpose, we kind of go, it makes sense. Another reason is actually smart stewardship. There are lots of not-for-profits out there that are doing similar things, and we actually think working together is a better use of our resources, using the resources that God has given us as one rather than two separate entities. And then I think the third reason, particularly for CCI, anyone who's been around any of our training will have heard our vision is to see every Christian leader have a coach. And so in order for that to happen, we actually believe that coming together as two organizations as one will actually see that vision come out better than if we were two separate entities. So that's kind of our heart and reason for that.
That's so good. Love it. And if I was going to say that, that's what I would say. So
that's good.
We're on the same page. Yes. So how have you been connecting with Arrow? How did you connect with Arrow? Why is Arrow part of your world?
I completed Arrow, the Emerging Leaders program, in 2009, 2010. And I have said this all along the time, that actually those 2 years were significant years for me. And Arrow Leadership was some of the best leadership development training that I have ever done. And that's not because I'm on, teaching team or we're merging together. That is what I said when I did it back then. But I've also been on the teaching team, teaching at the Emerging Leaders and the Executive Leaders program since 2013. And then I also came on staff at the beginning of this year, 2021, as part of the team, and particularly looking after the Executive Leaders program. So, Liam, we feel like we've been in this for a long time now, but when does this kind of officially happen?
Yeah, there's always got to be an official line in the sand, Kylie, and we have one, and that is the 1st of January 2022. The reality is we've been scheming and dreaming for a little bit and working out how we can do things in a better way over the last months. And so in a lot of ways, the sort of substance is the form is catching up with the substance, that we're sort of now officially saying this is all happening. As I was reflecting on your answer before, Kylie, I think I remember sitting under your training, coach training in 2012 for Arrow in Sydney. So there was a sort of session where we had all the leaders together who wanted to become coaches, and you
did
facilitated.
too. That's true. Yeah,
I think
yeah.
you,
A year earlier.
that's right. Exactly right. That's what I was thinking. Wait, that was 2012.
Yeah.
Yes. So with all that we're sharing and what we're contemplating for the future, how will that impact CCI's clients, their experience of CCI, and what does that mean for the team at CCI?
Yeah. So great news. All of our coaching, supervision, and our coach mastery training and our coaching training for our organizations will still remain all the same. You will get trained and coached by the same people here at CCI. We're just actually going to be part of a larger family. So we're going to be able to offer more resources, support, and development to our current and also our future clients in that way. But what about for you, Liam? What about for the impact of Arrow participants?
Yeah, so Kylie, you've been part of our world in training up coaches or training leaders on how to coach. And that will be an ongoing reality for our participants in our program. So we're excited by that. And that's a key frame of how we see best to develop leaders. And so we're certainly wanting to pursue that with vigor. We also have a real sense that the ability to offer coaching as a way of developing leaders could be a way that leaders become more aware of what we get up to at Arrow through our 1 and 2 year programs. We also see it as we often have requests from leaders who experience what we get up to at Arrow through our programs, who finish that experience and say, oh, I really like the coaching experience I've had through Arrow. Can I have more of that, please? And so I see a nice segue, if you will, into ongoing leadership development for the leaders that have already connected with Arrow, who can continue to connect with the Ministry Arrow, the augmented version of Arrow, through coaching and developing leaders that way. So it'll only improve and expand, enhance the outcomes for our leaders that we're connecting with at the moment and also into the future, of course.
That's so good. Liam, it has been so great to be able to share our exciting news with you today. It's been in our hearts and minds for such a long time. Now we can actually finally share it with the world, which is great. For those of you who are watching who would like some more information, we'll put some details in the links below so you can click on any of those or reach out to any of the Arrow Leadership team or the Christian Coaching Institute team if you've got any questions along the way. It's been great to connect with you all today. Look forward to seeing you again next Tuesday at 1 o'clock. Have a great day.
Thanks.